Leo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late November into early December 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you beautiful people out there. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with the Oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's happening for the lovely Leo collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here, my guides. Talk to me about these Leos. What's happening for my friends as we move into Sagittarius season? Beautiful time of year if you ask me, but what's up? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting to me. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for the Leos. My God, it's late November, early December. Interesting time of year for my friends. Please, real quick. Okay, deck is being a little specific. We like it though, right? We want the messages that Spirit wants us to... Same thing you had last week. I know for a fact this showed up in your reading last week, so Spirit might be saying, all right, well, if you didn't get the message yet, Leo, maybe listen to it again. And I'm going to explain it just how I explained it last week. This is a card that's very dualistic. It could be either very, very good for you, or it could be a big warning about someone in your circle. That's something we have to watch out for. It's beautiful, it's confident, it's sexy. We love this card. But as with all things in life, there could be an imbalance or something being pushed too far. But before we fully get into it, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the November subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about this card. So just like last week, so we're getting a double down of the energy, which is extremely rare in my readings, especially since I read jumpers. We see this woman with the big puffy wig, and she's there. She has that big beautiful blue dress, and she is looking right in that mirror, and surrounding her in this room is tons of mirrors all over the wall. So we think of the self, or the perception of the self. Now I'll give you some of the really good positive meanings. This reminds me of the Queen of Wands in a way, where it's beautiful, it's confident, it's sexy, it's someone who's really feeling good about themselves. And you know, I'm a fire sign myself. I know it's big fire sign energy to feel confident about oneself. But maybe some of you have recently taken a hit to the confidence. That's a possibility. Or you might just be feeling good. That's a message that we could really receive and claim when this shows up here in the front. But another thing with this card is a warning, if not of someone having a ding to their self-confidence, is someone that might be a little too overconfident. So in this time, if there's anyone in your life that's a little too egotistical, or they think that they can't lose no matter what, someone who feels like they're infallible, this energy, Spirit could be trying to warn you, especially since it shows up twice in a row, which is very, very singular, right? That's an odd occurrence when that happens. Another thing that could be showing up with this card before we fully get into the reading, it could speak about your looks. So you might be changing your looks. You might be upgrading or updating your wardrobe, your hair, whatever it might be. So there's a beautiful link to aesthetics here, but we're just going to leave that off to the side. As I always say, that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. Let's get you into tarot now. And yeah, I'm going to get you 3 cards in the upright, then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. So let's see what's happening here, my guys. What do we got for Leo in late November, early December? What's happening? And while we get the deck ready, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled A Powerful Change. So it seems like for the Leo collective, change is the name of the game, right? Now, life is all about changes of different varieties. Sometimes they're small, sometimes they're big. There was a lot of power in last week's reading. There were karmic cards, and it was just lots of change and metamorphosis. So for a lot of Leos, there could be things moving and changing, even if you don't see it. But let's see what we have for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone you're linked to. Let's get it going. What's happening for the Leos, please? 3 cards. Thank you. 8 of Swords. Someone's stressing a little bit when the 8 of Swords shows up in position number 1. Okay? Could be something small like cabin fever. I'll explain it a little later. Maybe you need to get out a little bit. Could be someone feeling cornered or imprisoned in one way or another. But that's more of a mental energy when I see the 8 of Swords. All right, yeah, here's the mystery, which is something I often see in Leo readings. There's always some sort of mystery or unexpected or surprise showing up in your readings, which I always find intriguing. We have the Moon card, which is the counterbalance, or a counterbalance energy to yours. Your card's the Sun. So let's see what's happening. Ace of Cups. Okay. All right, something might turn out better than you think. That's something I'm already seeing here in the front. Now, that doesn't mean that there's not going to be challenges within this reading. A lot of internal energy we're picking up already. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into the juicy intuitive stuff. So at first look, first glance, like I already mentioned, we have water on the back end. We have air, which is swords. All of this is internal energy. So we have the mind. We also have the feelings and emotions. Now, with the stress we have here and the good possible outcome, there could be certain things that could really shift in your way unexpectedly or surprisingly. It really depends on how this all like matches together when we start clarifying, but let's go through piece by piece. Position number 1, Eight of Swords. You see this individual, they are blindfolded. So when I say the Moon is a mystery card, this person is also blindfolded, something not seen, unexpected, surprising. That energy is like kind of a thread within this week's reading already. Now, when I see this card, I think of someone who is like very much high strung, like someone who could be very anxious, they could be on edge, they could be nervous here, or overthinking. That's a big thing with this card, because remember, this person is imprisoned here within those swords. The good thing about this energy is that it moves on quickly, or it moves through quickly. So if you're going through tough situations or things, or you're overthinking or nervous, stressed, Spirit, when they show this card, it's like, okay, you'll be able to process this quickly. But there's also that cornered type of feeling as well. Like, all right, what do I do? What can I do? What do I do? My hands are tied here. So we're going to need to dig into this a lot further, okay? Because sometimes it could be someone feeling trapped or like a prisoner within their own mind, okay? So we'll see what's up. Moving to the back end here, we have the Moon card, actually the middle, pardon me. And as I was already alluding to, this is one of the biggest cards, my biggest card personally, of mystery. Now, it does link to the Pisces collective. Some people also link it to the Cancers or the Cancerians. So maybe you're on that borderline between Leo and Cancer. But when I see this card, it's very etheric. It's subtle energy. It's the unseen. So this could be spirituality. Maybe you're feeling energies much more sensitive than you normally are, right? Maybe your empathy is heightened in this time, or you're picking up other people's energies, or there's like a connection to somebody else where you're feeling what they're feeling, thinking what they're thinking. If someone's in a rough place, you might be picking up on that. But with the Moon, it's in the darkness, okay? So especially with the blindfold tied here, I have to say, there could be some aspect of surprise or the unexpected. Now that could play out really good with the way this energy is flowing already. Okay, the Moon could be other things as well. To me, it's more of that just subtle, unseen type of energy. But when I see it linked up in the middle of like a challenge card, overthinking, then we have this mystery into one of the more positive cards in the deck, something might change in your benefit, or something could be coming in to switch your situation in a more positive way. We have the beautiful Ace of Cups. Now, all aces are opportunities. Sometimes aces could represent offers of various different kinds. This one is linked to emotions, romance, love, creativity. It's a beautiful, beautiful energy. Now, if we want to go extra simplistic, the Ace of Cups could represent someone's emotional state, like how they're feeling. So the clarifier could be really important for this. But the main thing I think when I see this card, like I said, is opportunities and offers of different kinds. So it's up to you if you take them, right? If you take that opportunity, if you pounce, or you let it dry out on the vine. And there is some sort of like intense love here when the Ace of Cups is here. It's either someone or something that you love a lot, or someone or something that loves you in a huge way. So we're just going to put that down here. We really need to dive deeper, Leo. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here and see what's happening, my friends. Talk to me, my guides. What do we got for Leo? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Eight of Swords. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Leo, you can drop it down in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Eight of Swords time. What's this pent up type of energy? Who's stressing here? Why do we have this Eight of Swords? Why is that Eight of Swords here for Leo? Thank you. Oh, all right. This is someone who's like purposely limiting themselves. This is not prototypical Leo energy that I'm familiar with in my personal life. We have the Page of Swords in the upright underneath the Eight of Swords. Could be a couple different things here, my friends, and I know Leos are generally used to attention. Obviously, when I see this, there could be someone keeping tabs on you or watching you in one way or another, so just know there might be eyes on here, and I don't mean that in a nefarious way. It could just be someone keeping tabs, whether it's at work, whether it's personal life. Eight of Swords with the Page of Swords, to me, it's like someone watching and stressing for whatever reason, okay? Now, I want to see how it plays out throughout the rest of the reading. Now, for a portion of you with the Page of Swords, you might just be linked to an air sign. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This could be conversations. It could be talking. But the first thing I felt here intuitively, aside from someone watching you, is someone purposely limiting themselves. Okay, so that might be a good thing for some of you, where it might be like, okay, well, I'm not going to engage in this kind of behavior anymore, or I'm not going to do this. Like, it's similar to like a New Year's resolution where somebody gives up something just to see if they can, like purposely, like, all right, well, I don't have to give this up, but I want to see if I can. Like, take from it what you will. So you've been having difficulties with somebody, they might be testing themselves in some way. But aside from that, the main thing I was picking up is someone is keeping tabs. So it's a big thing. Only take it for what it's worth. Let's keep moving forward. Interesting, to say the least, my friends. But yeah, this is someone purposely taking a step back or purposely limiting themselves just to see if they could do it. Or, yeah, I can't understand the complete logic of that. It's someone limiting themselves. Let's go in on that Moon card. Or, like I said, it could just be someone watching, right? And Leos are used to that. You guys get a lot of attention, even if you don't look for it. So why is that Moon here for my Leos? Really want to get over to that Ace of Cups. I feel like that might be where we get a big turnaround here in the spread. Okay, 10 of Cups in reverse. Watch out for issues within the family here. 10 of Cups in reverse could be somebody that is like trying to hide their dissatisfaction or anger, for one. Right? To me, this is someone who might feel sour and they're trying not to show it for whatever reason, whether it's like, all right, well, I don't want to really make a big deal out of this. I don't want to make a big spectacle. Now, the 10 of Cups can be good even in reverse. Like, this is one of those cards similar to the Sun where there's a silver lining. So we could say the way this energy is flowing, depending on what comes out at the end, this could be something shifting towards the better. So if you have been going through a difficult time, a tumultuous time, you're having problems with certain people or certain situations, it could be finally slowly shifting behind the scenes to a better place. Not going to quite yet say it's a win. We'll see when we get to the back end. But another thing I'm seeing, aside from someone like stuffing emotions down, pushing them down, not wanting it to be known, this 10 of Cups in reverse could be a warning in regards to family, very close friends, or stresses involving living situation. And we'll just leave it at that. I don't really want to dive too deep. Only take it if it hits. But for some of you, if you've been going through a difficult situation or a tough situation of any kind, it could be starting to change gears and improve. So let's see what's happening with that Ace of Cups. Someone could be coming out of this energy, slowly improving. We'll see. So why is that Ace of Cups here? Been looking at that Ace of Cups since the very beginning. So what is happening here? That Ace. I'm going to do our recap before the shadow. What's that Ace of Cups here? Thank you. Okay. Someone's feelings might be unchanged here. Okay, yeah, you might have an offer coming in that you're gonna have to take a little time to consider it. Okay. When I see this Hanged Man, generally, those are the two main messages, and I'm getting, and they're like immediately popping in here. The Hanged Man is usually a retracted, pulled back type of energy. So let's just go through piece by piece because the energy is coming through very quickly to me. One, this could be someone whose feelings for you are locked in place. They're unchanged. So if you're wondering if someone cares, they obviously do, right? Now, if you're not watching this for love or anything like that, this could be another person suppressing how they truly feel, or they're trying not to show it on the outside. But a big thing I'm picking up, and I said it since the beginning, remember I was speaking about a possible big offer here with that Ace of Cups coming in. This Hanged Man is very, very analytical, and I'm getting the vibe of someone like taking their time to decide, taking their time to choose. So for a lot of Leos, there could be big offers coming in for you, whether it is emotional, love related, maybe it's even I mean, we don't have a lot of pentacles here, but it could be certain situations involving work and money. When I see this, take your time with this offer. Like, don't just pounce on it immediately. That's a big thing I'm picking up, because it might seem very appealing here, but I don't see you pouncing on this immediately. Okay. If you've made an offer to somebody else, they might be taking their sweet old time, right? But I am seeing that big offer energy on the back end, but there is something about the energy where Spirit's like, all right, well, take your time with it. Like, don't let it dry up, but don't pounce on it immediately. Like, take your time. That's a big energy here with this big offer. So let's go through and do a quick recap here, Leo. Like, there's a lot of nuanced messages this week. Only take what's for you. But we'll get into the shadow card after. If you kindly look in the box, there's an overall theme of suppression within this week's spread, okay? Whether it's somebody purposely suppressing themselves or suppressing something, then we have the double possible emotional suppression as well. So hopefully you're not mirroring with somebody. But position number one, the Eight of Swords with the Page of Swords in the upright, like I said, whether it's somebody who's purposely limiting themselves, like, okay, well, I'm going to take a step back from this just to see if I can, or like New Year's resolution type of energy where someone's like, all right, I'm going to put this away for a while, I'm going to put that down for a while. They're purposely limiting themselves. But another big thing here is someone's watching, right? Okay, there is someone out there keeping tabs, keeping their tabs, right? And it doesn't have to be nefarious. Moving to the center, we have the Moon with the Ten of Cups in reverse. There was a silver lining to both of these energies here on the back. Now, one could just be someone hiding their true feelings. Like if someone's a little upset or angry, whatever it might be, they could be trying to not show it on the outside, how affected they are by something. That's a big thing. There was also a little bit of a warning about issues in regards to the family, very close friends, or living situations here. But a big vibe I was picking up was somebody possibly, or something, improving slowly behind the scenes. Now on the back end, we have the Ace of Cups with the Hanged Man. I did also get that emotional suppression. I also got a vibe, if you wonder if someone still cares, they definitely do. The feelings are unchanged there for whatever reason. But another thing here was a big offer that could be coming in out of the blue. We picked that up on the front end. Take your time with it. Like, don't say yes immediately. Don't pop on it immediately. There could be various big offers coming in. Take your time. Okay, that's a big energy here. Please take a screenshot, Leo. I'm going to get you a shadow card. Interesting reading, to say the least, but let's see what's happening for my lovely Leos. Gods and Spirit team. What's happening with my friends in the shadows? And I always like to pull this card at the very end just to see what's happening in the shadows, whether it's within you, maybe it's something you don't quite see. Doesn't always have to be a challenge, but let's get one out here for you just to end this out. Oh, and yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it down in the comments below. There's a lot of different tiers and different rewards in there, and obviously no pressure involved, but it's a beautiful way to support the channel. Let's get it going. One shadow card here for my lovely Leos. Let's close this out. Okay, right when I went for the first shuffle, it came popping out. We have the Eight of Swords. So the very first card that we have here in the spread is also your shadow card. So all the things that I was speaking about, whether it's somebody like on edge, nervous, someone might be much more affected than it might seem when this card shows up in the shadows, but there's that trapped feeling. So there might be something within you that you need to release in one form or another, okay? Whether it's a self-conscious thing, whether it's an overthinking, there's something here linked to stress and anxiety. And I know that's way easier said than done. Like, listen, once you stop stressing it, it might start improving or getting better. I feel like that's a big thing here. If you're feeling trapped, if you're feeling cornered in any sort of way, in a situation, whatever it might be, you might need to start making moves to free yourself of something, okay? Like, don't restrict yourself too much. And yeah, Leo, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The November subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the October subscriber surprise, the winners will be in the community tab after this week's fire and air readings. But for November, we're bringing back winner's choice. 2 lucky subscribers will get to pick a deck of their choosing up to $40 US. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the zodiac signs, which one do you think is the most fun? Which one do you have the most fun with? And yeah, after that, you'll be entered to win. And at the end of November, I'll pick the winners at random as usual. My friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.